तुजो पाव म्हाका सोडशी जाल्यार जीव दितलो हांव म्हाका बुलयलेलो फारसान मोग जाल्लो गेले मार्चान आजून पळोवंक ना मोगाची गोडसाण पायण्यान दवरलें म्हणा बेश्टें मुटलें तें सायबा रागान फुल्लें दुबाव लागता हें कोण आयकू बुरलें म्हाका फटोन काळीज तुटोन मातशें गोडसारलें.
वो जो वहाँ बैठती हैं वो मिसेस नायक जो ब्लाउज जो स्टिचिंग का काम करती हैं, नहीं है आज?
आज नहीं है,
आज नहीं आई हैं.
कुछ दिया था?
नहीं दिया नहीं था. वो कल मेरी उनसे काफ़ी देर बात हुई थी ना, तो हम लोग वो मापुसा मार्केट का मैपिंग कर रहे हैं. तो सब सारे स्टूडेंट, हाँ तो सारे
गई
तो
अभी
गई. अच्छा,
कल आना नहीं तो पोळो no possible.
Good customer.
Yes, but I take good price. Give me 800. Okay, 50 more.
700.
50 more.
I take you what?
Yes, but
Good karma, good customer.
50 more, I happy with it.
What? Already happy. Thank you. Thank you for good receipt.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My return to the famous Mapusa market wasn't just another trip to a common Indian bazaar. It was a trip taken to understand what made this place different from the others which are located in the land where I come from. To understand the things which contribute to a healthy workflow in a social ecosystem. And there wasn't a better example than Mapusa Market Goa to understand those factors which one ignores in the hustle and bustle of our daily urban livelihood. In order to get on the nerves of this, I wandered through the market streets, interacted with the traders and sellers of all kinds and genders, observed their trade system, and then I spoke to a person who has recently made Goa her home as a citizen and Mapusa as a customer.
My relation to Mapusa market makes me feel like I belong here. I definitely am not a Goan, but people here are very warm and inviting and is comfortable. I don't miss being in a city.
How strong is the presence of women in this market?
I think definitely very strong because in Goa, I'd like to kind of bring this to context because I went recently to a party which is my landlord's daughter's 21st birthday party. And so you have this image of, okay, it's going to be a very, kind of controlled event and things like that. And it was really lovely to see that these women were all dressed up and they were very confident, and they were, three of her sisters also have a small band. So they're singing and they're performing, and the parents are so cool. If you look at the way women and men, boys and girls actually are in families, there's never a segregation that a guy is better than a girl or more independent and more he needs more attention. The woman here gets equal rights, equal opportunities, and they're pushed as much as guys are. You look at young girls in the shops that are running, very very young girls, they're also there till late. They working in offices here in Mapusa, and families are sending them out more and more. There are unmarried girls, there are young girls, there are married women with children who are coming, there are old women selling stuff in the market, and everyone seems to be living normally and very happily and doing their own thing without anyone really, lifting a finger and saying, what are you doing? It's too late, it's not your place.
The owner at Sanjay Cold Drinks quenches the thirst of shoppers and sellers throughout the year, all single-handedly. Her daughters are educated thanks to her and are excelling in their respective fields of profession. But she had something to add to this happy story of hers as well.
बेटा पढ़ा तो अच्छा है, मैं तो ये चले चले आएगा ना, बड़े विलेज में तो नहीं मिलेगा, इसलिए मैं चलाती हूँ। हमारे हस्बैंड को 2 साल हुआ है।
दुकान कितनी पुरानी है?
हाँ, 40 साल हुआ।
यही सोडा देते हो?
पापा चलाते थे।
अच्छा। हाँ।
मैं 12वीं किया और दुकान चलाया, पढ़ाई छोड़ दी, बाबू चला।
On further digging up the stories behind the more independent presence of the women, we came across Mr. Joel, who hails from a nearby village where women initially entered the market from.
I've been into the media for quite some, writing, photographing, filming. If you look at the market and if you look at the Goan part of it, today you might have not realized between the Goan woman and a non-Goan woman. But we Goans immediately find out. They come from surrounding villages, The men probably worked in the fields at that time. Until a decade or so, we had never heard of divorces in Goa. There was no question, we had not heard of divorce. We didn't even have a concrete term for it. From that you can realize that maybe because of friendliness between the two communities, so there is no animosity between the two communities. Similarly at home also, it is always a question of give and take. We have always understood it. Husband and wife relationship, whatever it is. So whether you go here, you go there, you go anywhere, I trust you means I trust you, you trust me, I trust you. It's a common trust between the two sexes, whatever. And it is quite natural. So if you see Bombay or any other city, you have to move forward. You cannot waver, you cannot move sideways, you get knocked down. Here in Goa it doesn't matter. Even on the main road you can cross slowly like this, even without walking like this, you can sideways like this, you can maneuver. And that's why we are not tensed up, which normally leads to tensions, and generally it is what creates tensions now. And that is what happens in the cities. But Goa is still not a city, it is still a big village.
These common revelations crack down many mysteries out here, which this place innocently presented in the disguise of so many smiles. In some parts of our country, as we still struggle to give a genuine acceptance, Mapusa, just like its women, continues to happily and with dignified bosom feed and nourish Goa and its people. The collective approach of communities has added to the health and economy of this strong society on a microcosmic level, based on equality and Goan values of Susegad, which means take one thing at a time. Dancing to the rhythm of entire nation, dancing to the rhythm of diversity.
वडाचो पाव म्हाका सोडशी जाले जीव दितलो हांव म्हाका बुलयलेलो परसान मोग जाल्लो गेले मार्चान आजून पळोवंक ना मोगाची गोरसां पायण्यान दवरलेता म्हणा बेश्टें मुटलें ते सायबा रागान फुल्लें दुबाव लागता हें कोण आयकू बुलें म्हाका फटोन फटोन काळी तुटोन म्हजें गोड जालें म्हाका जालें तें जावं म्हाका गोडाचो पाव म्हाका सोडशी जाल्या जीव